to be here today, and as Nate said in the last presentation, he reminded me and all of us, but he was reminding me that this is a nonpartisan group, and I say great because the judiciary is a nonpartisan group. Let me tell you why I'm running. I'm running because I care deeply about our system of justice and its future. I see our judicial system has real areas of concern. And one is, in my mind, the influx of political parties in nonpartisan races. Now, you may disagree with me. I'm telling you who I am and what I believe in. But I believe strongly that we've got to keep political parties as of the nonpartisan races. The second reason I decided to run is I say stop to this out-of-state special interest money that's coming in and having an outsized influence on Wisconsin judicial races, right?
Yeah.
A little bit about myself, because the person you see here today, Ann Walsh Bradley, Justice on the Wisconsin Supreme Court, the values I have today are the same values I learned growing up in southwest Wisconsin and my hometown, Richland Center. Those are values of family, of fairness, of hard work, and service to others. Those are the values I took with me when I went to La Crosse as a high school teacher. Those are the values I took with me when I went to Wausau to practice law after I finished law school at the University of Wisconsin. I served as a Marathon County judge for 10 years. My husband Mark and I still live in Wausau. We raised our 4 children there, and those are the same values that we tried to impart to them. That is family, fairness, hard work, and service to others. I've had the honor of being on the Wisconsin Supreme Court for the last 20 years. I know that the people of this state want a justice who's fair and impartial and willing to make the tough decisions. For the last 20 years, I have a proven record of applying the law to uphold individual rights, to make sure government is open and accessible, and holding government accountable. I have worked day after day not only to make sure we have a fair and impartial court, but one that is nonpartisan and one that is not beholden to any special interest group. When people come to court, or their neighbors come to court, or their relatives come to court, they want to make sure that there's a level playing field. They want to make sure they get a fair shake no matter how rich or poor, no matter how powerful or powerless. I'm going to touch upon something else that's going to be on the April 7th ballot, and that is the constitutional amendment to change the way that we select our Chief Justice in this state. For over 126 years, we have done it by way of seniority. And the constitutional amendment asks that if instead that should be placed in the hands of 4 justices, or at least a majority of justices on the Wisconsin Supreme Court. And I think there are different methods for selecting your Chief Justice, and which method is the best for the state of Wisconsin perhaps can be subject to discussion and might even be debatable. But, you know, my former colleague, Janine Geske, used to serve on the Wisconsin Supreme Court with me, and Janine said this: look, it's clear that this is targeted to get rid of Shirley Abrahamson.
That's right.
Yes. Clear, she said. And Janine went on to say, to change the Constitution, because you don't like the style of an individual person would be a terrible mistake. I'll tell you what's not debatable in my mind. You don't use that sacred document, that Constitution, as a tool for political payback because you don't like a person's decisions.
Yes, that's
the wrong
right.
action, you know. So if you believe, as I do, that we have to fight to maintain Wisconsin's tradition of a nonpartisan judiciary and keep the agendas of political parties out of these nonpartisan races. If you believe, as I do, that the only role of a justice is to be following the agenda of the Constitution and serving the people of Wisconsin and not following the agenda of a political party's agenda coming from Madison, reform agenda or no reform agenda. We need your help. We need you to put signs up. We need you to write letters to the editor. We need you to contact your friends and your neighbors and your relatives and tell them about the importance of this election. Tell them what's at stake for the state of Wisconsin. So I'm going to ask for not only your vote and not only your support, but we need your help as we march together, hopefully, to victory on April 7th on Wisconsin, and go Badgers!